Today we'll see the practical for Wi-Fi hacking. Before I do that, do you have any questions that you would like to ask from previous sessions? Any doubts that you might want to clarify? No? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll just be starting with that practical. And I'll be using, of course, my Linux virtual machine for that with an external Wi-Fi adapter. So I'll connect via USB. So again, like I mentioned yesterday, for doing this kind of thing, you need to have an external Wi-Fi adapter, and the reason for that is wireless network interfaces or wireless adapters work in two different kind of modes. First mode is managed mode, which is by default the mode in which our wireless adapters are running, where we can see all the available networks around us, connect to a particular network, and communicate over that network. That is managed mode. The second mode that we need to use for this kind of purpose is monitor mode. And why we need to use that? Because monitor mode is the mode where your adapter will capture all the traffic that it sees, and not just the traffic that is meant for its your own device's MAC address, or not just the traffic meant for its own MAC address. It will see all that all the traffic that it will capture all the traffic that it can see. That is monitor mode. And for monitor mode, to use monitor mode, you don't have to, like, to capture packets in monitor mode, you don't have to be connected to a network. Now most adapters by default will not be supporting this, so you'll need to get an external adapter. The kind of Wi-Fi network that we'll be targeting is WPA2, because that's what most modern networks are using. WPA3 has not been widely adopted yet, and WPA3 cannot even be cracked using these methods, this method actually. So, but again, the thing you need to keep in mind is, just like with all other sorts of password cracking, you know, system password cracking, account password cracking, online website account cracking, this kind of password cracking also, there is no guarantee that you'll be able to crack the password. I mean, if you have a very comprehensive word list, then yes. Otherwise, not possible to crack a password. This also depends on the strength of the password that you're trying to crack. If you're lucky and it's a weak password, it will be relatively much easier and less time consuming to crack it. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. So now I'll be inserting that external adapter. So the virtual machine has, by default takes all inputs, all devices that you connect via USB by default. The host passes them to the VM. So this is my adapter, and it uses an RA link chipset. Okay, so now it is connected, and I can start trying to start with the tap. Why is it stuck? Okay, now what is the issue here? Just let me see why it's. I'll just have to restart this VM, I think. No, it's not responding very good. Thing here, the issue here is that these USB drivers for virtualization, they're a little bit unstable. maybe I'll let it boot for a couple of minutes before I insert the adapter this time. Okay, maybe now we'll try inserting it. Hopefully these thumb drivers don't mess anything up. Somewhere. Hanging the attack, and this should not be happening. Maybe I need to restart the complete system. Now I might get disconnected as soon as I click on this because it sometimes crashes the system, including the host. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah, this newer kernel has been actually quite problematic in this regard. Coincidentally, this chapter gives me new errors every time I try to do this practical. Once again, we try to do this. Okay. So if I check USB devices, it is connected. Now I can check the name of the interface through a command known as iwconfig. So this is only for wireless interfaces. Now by default, the interfaces that are present, since it's a virtual machine, all the connections appear as wired ones. So this is the only one which is a wireless connection here, and this is your not your actually, this is my external Wi-Fi adapter, and you can see it's currently in managed mode. Now what I'm going to do is, there is a set of tools known as aircrack ng. These are what I use to perform this kind of password cracking that we're going to look at. But there is a very handy script available for that, which is known as airgeddon, which makes our work slightly easier. So this is the airgeddon script. It's a script, and what it does is, instead of just instead of us having to run the aircrack ng tools manually, this script is going to handle that for us. So that's, a better way to do this. Now, okay, first it checks whether you have all the required tools. Okay, so now it's asking me which interface I want to work with. So now definitely for Wi-Fi password cracking, I cannot use this Ethernet connections. So the third one, which is our external interface. So we'll use this. Now it's giving us an entire menu of what to do. The first thing to do is to put the interface in monitor mode. Currently it's in managed mode. And now the one I'm using, it only supports the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. But if you use a dual band, if you use an adapter which suppose dual band 2.4 gigahertz as well as uh, you know 5 gigahertz, then that would be able to target more networks. Yeah, because it would work on both frequencies. But 2.4 gigahertz is not an issue since most networks that we see are using this currently. So first thing is to select option 2, put interface in monitor mode. So 2, let's enter, and it is changing it to monitor mode, and it has changed the name as well. Now the name is WLAN 0 mon, and it's in monitor mode now. So it will be able to see packets and gather information from them without connecting to a network. Now, the process that we follow here is that first we look for targets, so networks around us. Then we select our target. Now, it is necessary that the network that you are targeting should have some devices connected to it, should have at least one device connected to that network. If it's an empty network, it's a dead network, there's no traffic going on, no devices using that network, then you will not be able to perform this kind of attack. Because the process we use is, okay, after you select your target, you perform a denial of service attack. So you try to dissociate that device, so you try to disconnect that device from the network. Then when it reconnects, you capture the handshake. That handshake contains the password for this Wi-Fi network, and that packet capture of that handshake, that is what we crack. That is where we use our brute force or our dictionary attacks and try to crack the password from there. Okay. So that's the procedure that we need to do. The first thing is, of course, to say what kind of attack we do. Now we want to capture the handshake, so I'm going to select this option, option number 5. Now, first thing is to explore for targets. Monitor mode needed. We are already in monitor mode. Now remember, not all interfaces, not all cards will support this. So the scan is enabled, and I'll press enter, and it has started the scan. Whatever it can catch, it is going to list those here, and it's best to let it run for at least 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The longer you let it run, the more chance you have of finding networks. So let's run it for 3-4 minutes, and it's also changing channels, so it's channel hopping to find different networks on different channels. And the encryption that is being used is also mentioned, WPA2, for all these networks. So this top portion of this window, this will list all the networks, MAC addresses of the access points, and the names. And this bottom section, this is going to tell you how many devices are connected to these networks. So this BSS ID is the MAC of this now network of the access point, and station is the MAC address of the device which is connected to that network. I think this much data is enough. This is an SSID that is for a, this is probably for a network that has this disabled. Okay, where did that window go? I have to restart this process. Okay, that hidden SSID thing I'll talk about later. This is all okay. Just now it is showing us the results, and these highlighted networks, the ones with asterisks, they are the networks which have clients. So networks which have devices connected to them. Like I mentioned, if there is no device connected to a network, you will not be able to run this attack. So let's select the first one as our target, see what we get, and capture the handshake. So option 6. For this, now it's telling us we will first need to do a denial of service. So I'm going to use this DAuth air replay attack. Air replay NG is a part of that set of tools I told you about in aircrack NG. And DAuth is simply we are sending DAuth frames, which deauthentication, which disconnect a device from the access point. So we are sending broadcasting DAuth frames. And DAuth is not something that is created by an attacker or by a hacker. It's part of the 802.11 protocol specification itself. So we are just using that to our advantage. I think the WPA handshake would have appeared here if we had gotten it. Okay, no worries. We'll try another network. So it seems we failed. No worries. We'll choose another target. Go back here. Explore again. Okay, that's enough. So these are all the networks. Let's try cracking for D-Link. Let's see what we get. Mm, Capture handshake. Option 2 here. 30 is enough. No devices are showing up here. Earlier it was saying it had clients. No worries, we'll just try again. Okay, I need to attack the second one now. So we are sending the authentication packets. We should have the handshake. Okay, and we have the handshake. So saying congratulations, we have captured the handshake. Type the part to store the file. Press enter. I will press enter to continue. Now what I need to do is go back to the main menu, and I can do this offline WPA to decrypt menu. Offline because now we have the handshake, we can simply decrypt it offline. We don't need to do anything else. So it's a WPA2 personal network, not an enterprise. And what kind of attack we want to run? For now, let's run the dictionary attack using Aircrack itself. Already have a captured file. I want to use this. Yes, I want to use this. Word list I'm going to use is user share word lists rocku.txt and start decrypting. So it is going to try and crack the password. So again, if the password is a part of this dictionary, then I'll be able to crack it with this. Otherwise, well, otherwise I won't be able to. So I can keep this running for as long as I want, but the chances of finding a password are not too high. Now I'll be continuing with this tomorrow, and we'll see more topics there. Uh, I'll actually show you the result for cracking my own Wi-Fi hotspot, cracking the password of my own Wi-Fi hotspot. I also show you how to do this via Aircrack NG. So, any questions?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So tomorrow